It's Week 17 of the National Football League. And this one features Chickasee Okonkwo. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Titans and the Commanders, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, all the responsibility he has, the game flows through him. If he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway from Commanders Field. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception, didn't have a touchdown to offset it, but the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And right away, he lost the football. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as they'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. 57 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
Robinson. Not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal.
Again, it'll be Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
The play lost a yard. It's now third and goal.
To the air goes Daniels. Being chased out left. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. The kick by Sanders is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. And they'll be let out by their 6-year quarterback.
I think his task in this game is really simple. Eliminate the turnovers. He threw 2 interceptions last week. I can't believe I led with that because he had 3 touchdown passes.
Right.
So there's a lot of good that he did, but he's got to take care of the ball better. The ball has to go to guys wearing the jerseys that they're wearing this week, not the opposition.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the gun, they'll try to run it. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. They'll set up to throw. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he is out of bounds is inside the 35. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete.
Ineligible receiver
Let's see who this is on.
Offense.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Still second down.
They'll set up a throw.
He'll complete this one. Buakankwo.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
He'll look to throw.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 14. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down. Back to throw again. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown! Tyler Boyd, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Titans are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Well, down here, I thought they were going to hand that off. Instead, a well-designed play and the pitch and catch for the touchdown.
And I wonder who came up with it. Was it a call from the bench? Did the quarterback have a good idea and suggest it? In any event, clearly an effective play call. They saw something they liked in coverage, and they targeted it for the short yardage throw.
And the perfect way to cap their opening drive.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. As the Commanders make their way out on offense, let's take a peek at the playoff picture in the NFC. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
Here is 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Sheds him off at the 45. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
Check in on the numbers last week for Robinson.
14 carries, 137 yards, and a score.
11 touchdowns on the ground this season, and the pride really extends throughout the entire offense. And in this case, I'm focusing on the offensive line. The leverage, the ability to get...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He'll forces a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Here's Daniels. Quick slant to Brown.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on fourth down.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
The Titans offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
Call it a loss of 5. A big sack to bring up third down. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. To throw is Daniels.
Got him in. It's Brown. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and a yard. Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Off the play fake, Daniels.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted.
And the Titans will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Back to throw. And that is caught. It's Ridley. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 22 yards there, a first down.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And it's intercepted. He's trying to get it to Ridley. And the Commanders will take over here at their own 12-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
The Washington offense set to take over again. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not have the balls go through goalposts.
63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. 2nd down and 4. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. Down the left sideline. And all the way down to the 25-yard line.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out.
Still 2nd down.
Robinson gets the toss on the right side. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showed some tough running, but couldn't free much space. This offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On the counter, this is Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they go play action. Daniels. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 7. Daniels looking to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Throwing now is Daniels. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now Daniels. Staying on his feet. This will be caught once again by Brown. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. Eckler now between the tackles. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Robinson will try to pick it up. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, some nice running right there. That's what got them the 1st down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 13-yard line.
To the air goes Daniels. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Deebo Samuel
from 13 yards out.
And the Commanders are once again back in front.
And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he fends him off. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from home. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
2nd and 5. This will be caught by Brown. Catch number 44 on the year. It's a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful back.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Back to throw. Daniels.
That's out wide here for Robinson.
And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Here's Jake Bailey now.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
The Titans offense going to get one final possession in this first half.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Oh, he still makes the catch, even though it was tipped at the line.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And it's the Lions who are out in front as they play the second quarter. Jared Goff has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, let's head to Philly to see what's happening with the Eagles. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. Jalen Hurts, over 400 yards passing with 3 touchdown passes as well. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home in Acrisure Stadium. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Calvin Austin, a touchdown reception. The Commanders got a strong first half out of their quarterback, Jaden Daniels. He was on point, throwing a touchdown pass to help his guys take the lead into the break. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Now a hit and a loose football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. So they take the deficit into the lockers. You know they had plans to receive the football. A nice drive, instead a fumble on the kickoff.
And that can be demoralizing right there because, as you pointed out, they had designs on coming out and, okay, we're going to change things here in the second half. Instead, with a deficit already, they cough it up, and now they've got to find a way to keep the score from mounting bigger against them.
In motion right is Brown. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Zach Ertz with career touchdown number 70.
And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position and only one play to score. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Titans offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game as you take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards by a running back, and he's right there in the mix.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 1.
They'll set up a throw.
Short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Looking to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And just shedding him off there. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another 1st down. They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Not not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these kids, and into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Calvin Ridley, an 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Titans are back within a score. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
Titans 14.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Titans. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And great effort. Does he get burned for that in film? He fought through some tackles. End result, though, a fumble.
It's going to be one of those situations where he'll get yelled at about the fumble, but at the same time get a check mark for the extra effort. And so it's one of those tough, tricky things for coaches. You don't want to coach it out of them.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure
Previous
that
play
they have
is
it
under
right.
review.
Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. Ended up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
So Washington going to send out their punter
as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. But there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
You get hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw.
Finding Lockett for the catch here on the out route.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted.
And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And the Washington offense going back to work. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. Here's Daniels.
He finds his man complete. That's Brown. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Play action. Now it's Daniels. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Titans are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield, and they capture him for a loss.
And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
That is caught. He's going to have the 1st down and then some.
And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like 2 excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He gets this with the boy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. They'll drop to throw. This one caught by Ridley. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A beautiful spin and room to run. Past the 20. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there.
His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. So that CD, that was impressive. He got out of 3, maybe 4 tackles there on his way to the end zone.
And a lot of times when you break a tackle or slip a tackle, it actually slows you down. That's what we were taught. If you don't make the play, make him stop his feet so someone else can get there and tackle him. But not here. He just kept right on going.
Extra point now by Boswell. It's up and good to make it 21-17. That time a 6-play drive. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. They'll run this one right with Robinson. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. Now 2nd and 9. To throw is Daniels. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Check.
Give to Robinson on the option. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Commanders Field. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4.
Here we go. Let's go.
Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7.
Hey.
Daniels looking to throw. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 38-yard line.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Daniels to the right side and caught by center. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we're watching them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
Ready?
Back to the ground with Robinson.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Throwing now is Daniels.
Over the middle here to Brown.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. We're always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr. with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Commanders answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal.
He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Titans offense and receiver Calvin Ridley getting ready for this next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Back to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And they will take over first and 10. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Now Daniels.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. Evades the tackler, and now some space. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. This offense so far on third down, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This will be 3rd and 5.
To the air goes Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
On first and 10, it's Robinson.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
This 2nd and 4.
Let's go now.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. Well, that'll get them the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
Come on. Hey.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
They go play action. Daniels.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
And this is Ertz with it, right side. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. This to swell the lead to 6. Sanders' kick is good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Hey, Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
Back to throw.
Complete to Boyd.
Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
He completes it to Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
He's back to throw.
Returning right back to Lockett.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Back to throw. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
Boswell for the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from Tyler Boyd. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now Washington down 28-27. 35 seconds to go. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. Room here to run. Washington now going to use the 1st of their 3 timeouts.
As they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Rotates Ertz going across the middle. Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts.
That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. He'll look to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Titans have just about sewn up this football game.
That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Titans,
they get a critical 10th win on the year with one game left to go.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.